Hello, everyone. My name is Pam Nacpil, and this is the Moving Truth with Pam. Before we start, just want to say it's Pink Shirt Day. So kindness is always cool. So hope you're kind and hope you're cool. So today, my guests are, I met this guy at work.
Yeah.
And I'm happy I did. At first, I thought it was very strict and very formal. Doesn't seem to be so now. So I would like for them to introduce themselves, please. Oksana and Serhiy.
So my name is Serhiy, and this is my wife Oksana. What else we can say? So we came from Ukraine in 2019, in the very beginning. So here we are
What do you do?
right now. So I work in IT company, as you might know, and I also work as a self-employed. I do have a small company. I do videography as well.
Wow. How about Oksana? Oksana, what do you do?
For a living, I do I'm a logistic coordinator in one of the company for rail business.
Okay. So let's go back a bit before Moncton ever happened. When did you think to decide to move to Canada? Like, what were the circumstances that brought you here?
For me, if I go back, the crucial moment was 2014
Okay.
when the revolution happened in Ukraine,
Okay.
and when the president escaped, right? So we had like the fighting in the streets,
Yeah.
for freedom, for the rights, for the human rights. And then Kyiv was on fire, basically. So that was like a crucial turnout.
But this was an internal thing, right?
That was internal thing there, yes, between people and the government. And then it turned out to be a bigger, right? So
Wow. We'll go to that bigger thing. I hope you don't mind later. So you started thinking about moving in 2014.
14,
Okay. And then
basically.
what happened after? How did you decide and what did you do to be able to come here? And when did you arrive?
We arrived at the first week of 2019.
Okay. So 2014, 2019.
It's almost
There's a
5 years.
5-year
Yeah,
gap there.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
so what happened? What did you have to do to get here in 2019?
So
Well-
first there was just the thoughts, what to do. We started looking into it because you cannot just like show it up, right?
Exactly.
You have to do something. So my wife was looking into sessions what the
Okay.
government of Canada provides, and it happens to be in 2016 in Kyiv. That time actually it was run by government of New Brunswick,
Okay.
and we just decided to take a part on it.
Was it a physical?
Yes.
Okay. So they went to Kyiv.
Yes.
Officers
To do
went
a-
to Kyiv, yes.
okay.
Mhm.
So what happened during that time?
You mean after 2016? Or?
When they came in, what happened?
So that session gave you the opportunity to apply for, that was like your interest in New Brunswick, to
Okay.
come to New Brunswick. Right? And that session gave you the opportunity to apply to come here.
So how long did it take? Like, what was the process? Okay, you went there, you signified you were interested, and then how did it go?
There was a process involved. Like you first apply with New Brunswick government, so then they give you the letter, so it indicates that shows you're willing to come
Okay.
here, and then with that letter you're gonna proceed with the further station, like the further step for federal
Documentation. Everything.
documentation, and then federal step, right, for
Okay.
Canada.
And was
then-
it an easy process?
Wasn't.
It was not. I mean, it was not because the program calls Express Entry.
Okay.
So briefly speaking, you go as a skilled worker.
Okay.
So there is a list of like the list
Jobs.
of
Like
the jobs, what
jobs.
the
Okay.
what the province expect you to be, and once you fit in this position, once you can match that, you have to approve this. And that's the huge list of all the documents, all the proofs that you've been, you did. And beside that, you have to pass medical exam as well. Then like English
English
test as
test,
well.
right?
And all that stuff, when you apply, when you wait, it took us 2 years.
Wow. What were you doing? That's probably something I should have asked. What were you doing when you started exploring going to Canada? What was your job then?
I was working for another big chemical company, and I was in marketing
Okay.
department at that time.
Serhiy.
And I used to work in the bank that time.
Bank,
I
okay.
used to work in the marketing as well.
Not ID.
No idea.
Okay, so life, I mean, I know there's unrest, as you mentioned, but life must have been good enough.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't go, you'd be okay. I mean, at least at that point, right?
At that point, yes. So after 2014, when we started to investigate and thinking of it, then the life just move on, right?
Yeah.
Like nothing really. I mean, there was there was lots of going on with like the war and the fight and all this like on the east, but that wasn't anything, you know, like across the board. So the country was living as
It is,
as just
right?
regular life.
No
right?
issues.
Yeah, but then, so we decided to move on with Canada, and then we applied for that. We got our paperwork on
Wow.
2018, and then we took another almost a year to
Wow.
kind of collect the
Prepare.
prepare to get, you know.
Do you have kids?
Yeah.
We do.
Did you have kids by then?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So was it, how old were they when you started?
We have a daughter. When we moved to Canada, she was 5.
Okay, so not much of a
really
resistance,
much, yeah.
right? So, okay. So when you got, okay, you prepared your papers, everything's set,
Yeah.
you're moving to Canada. Was there any resistance from family about why are you leaving? Why are you leaving us? Why are you leaving your family? Because we heard that when we were moving. How about you guys?
Yeah, I think the same. Like every parents probably would want their kid besides them, right?
Yeah.
It's not like 6,000 kilometers far away. So, especially in that age, like our parents are a little bit they're older now. Yeah. So obviously there was, you know, some regret that we're moving, but nobody would imagine what could happen after, right? Because
Exactly.
we would plan to come every year anyways.
Visit, right?
Just for a visit.
Mhm.
So I must admit, we didn't live with our parents at the same city.
Mm.
So we both were born in the west of Ukraine
Okay.
and lived in the Kyiv.
Okay.
Ukraine is also a huge country. It's not as
Exactly.
huge as Canada, but that's the biggest in Europe even till now. So we used to live separately for years, but anytime you want, you can
You
drop
can just
by.
go,
You can just
right?
drive. Yeah, like with, but yeah, you're right. You know, like, but maybe we will come to that point. But when the war happened, everything changed, like
I
inside
know.
in the brains. You know, like it's good that we're here now. Let's say like this.
Exactly. So before we go to that portion, when you settled here, how easy was it for you to settle down, settle in? Because did you know people who were here? Because like coming from the airport, having all your luggages, finding a place to stay at, finding a car. The bus system is not exactly very friendly. So what did you have to do to get settled in?
So let's say we can split this like really rush stuff we had to do right away.
Okay.
So being in Ukraine, we already booked the Airbnb for
Okay.
2 weeks.
But you didn't know anyone coming here.
Actually,
wow.
no. We had a small chat. Let's say like a group of people. There was a
Okay.
Skype that time. Like there was existing, and there was a small Ukrainian community. So we
Okay.
just kind of like joined that group and
Okay.
we asked a few questions. So let's say I can't say that we were fully blind.
Okay.
I've
Okay.
seen some videos about Moncton, not really much that time, but still were something.
Okay.
So at the beginning, we had to find like really. So we had just booked. We had for 2 weeks Airbnb.
Airbnb, yeah.
We realized that we extremely fast needs to buy a car here because like it's
Exactly.
hard to exist without the car. And yeah, so that's just
And it's so hard to buy a car, right? Because you don't have credit history, and it's not that easy. So why Moncton? I mean, there are other cities in New Brunswick.
you are not the first one who asked us about it. The program was from government of New Brunswick.
Okay.
So I think that's the pretty honest, like when you receive that offer from New
Yeah.
Brunswick, you should stay in New Brunswick.
Okay, yes.
Why Moncton? Because Moncton was the biggest city at that time,
Okay.
even right now.
It is
So
the
the choice
fastest
was
growing.
pretty simple.
Okay. So getting here, Airbnb, trying to find your way, did you immediately connect with people, both Ukrainians and locals? How was it getting settled for you?
I think we started with Ukrainians because, like
Okay.
Serhiy mentioned, we had that chat back then, and everybody kind of knew each other.
Okay.
So we even had a person who met us
Oh,
at the
wow,
airport.
that's nice, right?
Who volunteered to give
Because-
us a ride at night because the flight was late.
Always at 11, right?
So we started with Ukrainian community, right? So that was like the beginning, and then when we got our jobs, and so we started to expand those, the group of people with the locals and kind of know each other. So
How was the job search? You talked about finding a job. How was the job search for you guys?
So for me, that was really probably odd enough, but I got a job through the job fair.
Wow.
Yeah, which is very surprisingly, but a lot of times when I talk about this, it's not
Oh,
really. Everybody was like, "No,
No.
it's not happening." No, but true enough, like the job fair was in the Avenue Center.
Avenue Center, it's always
back then,
there, yeah.
So I went there, and that was Kelly Services, who hired, and they just
So you got a job immediately?
almost immediately,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
like probably in the months after.
That's good. Not
yeah.
many people get
Yeah.
jobs immediately, right?
So yeah. It
How
was
about you, Serhiy?
So I was the first one when my wife was looking for the job she did before. I was looking for anything to start right away because you have to exist somehow, right? So I was looking for I was open for a lot of stuff, but it turns to be an employee of the store here. I have never ever worked in the store before, but just at that moment, time works opposite to you. You have to work to exist.
Yes.
So I was even happy with that one. I can't say nothing bad even till now, about that job. But after that time, I started to look something, something
For
that
you.
something that I would like to have. And I received a position in IT company.
That's good. So you've been there for some time now.
You mean where?
Or is it a different IT company that you work
Yeah,
for?
I
sir?
used to work for different IT company, but I used to work as a consultant in the company that I work in right now.
Oh, wow.
My
Okay.
transition was pretty smooth. I came on the same desk, the same chair. I turned on the same computer.
Wow.
I was just employee of a different company at that moment, so I was familiar to everything.
And you got absorbed. That's
Yeah.
great, right? So do you feel like you found the jobs that you kind of had back home? Or do you think it's an improvement of what you had?
For me, I wouldn't consider this as an improvement, but it's not worse for sure.
Okay.
Like it's pretty much the same sort
Okay.
of level of,
What you do in the job. No, but you were doing marketing then.
Yeah, I was doing the marketing, but I mean from the how do you say that? Like it's not work to survive. Like
Okay.
it's not, the first but
Like
it's
desperate.
yeah, like it's not desperate
Yeah.
job. It's something that I do like, but it's not like I've never been a manager over there,
Yeah.
so I'm not a manager here. So it's just
It's
the
like
same level of
Same.
expertise, right?
Anyway.
Yeah, so it's not worse. I mean,
It's okay.
yeah.
How do you see yourself in a few years? Are you looking for okay, we shouldn't probably talk about that. Your boss might see this. So, settling down, what is it that you miss most about home?
Simply home.
Just
Since we're
home.
here, we had no chance to go home,
Okay.
and
Oh,
I can
wow.
explain why. So in 2019, we were intent to go at least after a few months to Ukraine because we kind of had small graduation from the kindergarten that our
Oh.
kid was there. But we just decided to postpone with that and to go to, I don't know, it has to be kind of like a Christmas or something like that.
Okay.
I agreed that with my manager, my
Yes.
trip, and the COVID happened. So, and we were shut down here.
Yes.
Once the COVID just slowed down, the war happened. So, and if you look, that was few years, and the war a few years,
Yeah.
and that's actually the time that we all the time in Canada.
So you have not been back to Ukraine as you had thought you would be.
Oksana,
I
what-
only
Since.
yeah I was once for a few days.
Okay.
But luckily, well, my dad came here to visit,
Okay, that's
and
nice.
we had a chance to visit Serhiy parents in Europe a
Oh.
few times now.
At least
so-
you get to meet there.
Yeah,
Yes.
so we were looking for the place to to see each other, or someone is coming here.
Okay, so because you can't go back home to Ukraine.
yeah, like it's not, yeah, it's kind of dangerous right now, right? Too, so we can't. But yeah, we simply miss the home and parents and people that people probably most miss
Family, right?
miss
Friends.
the most. Yes, so.
Do you think you're fully integrated here? And was there ever a time that you're here that you felt like you weren't welcome?
Weren't welcome?
Yes.
I personally never felt that way. No, like the people that around you are always. That's the thing with the Canada. I find a lot that it's everybody is welcomed, right? So everybody from somewhere, and everybody's treated equally, and everybody is here at home, and can find the home here. So that's the
That's a
thing.
good thing.
That's the big thing compared to maybe other countries.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I never felt that way, that I'm not, welcomed here. Yeah.
That's a good thing. You, sir.
Yeah, I can just say the same. So people here are very kindly and very polite. No one point on you if your behavior is normal here, right? So you don't feel yourself like alien, but to be like a fully integrated, I still someone from somewhere. So probably like our kid, when she was 5, she arrived here. So this swing is already on the Canada side. So she preferred to speak English, like she just talking Ukrainian to in the house to us. So, but like that threshold, I moved to Canada when I was like 35, 36. So it's obvious that like the biggest part of my life was there. So I
Yes.
cannot say that having Canadian documents or Canadian passport, you already like 100% Canadian. You still have that heritage, that those roots. But overall, I have no regrets, and I can say nothing bad about Canada or Canadian people. Like we were very well welcomed, as you say.
4 years since the war has happened, What do you fear most about being here in Canada, especially with the war going on? Like what scares you the most? I mean, there's no war in my country.
Yeah.
But there's something that I fear most about being away from close family.
Yeah, so my biggest fear probably being away from the family, and not the fear that you're not going to be on time for something important. That's going to take you a good 24 hours to get there, right? Which might be already too late for something. But I mean, that's probably a different side of the immigration, and all the immigrants are probably have the same feelings, right? And the same fears. Yeah, and for our daughter, for example, like she's growing up here without really knowing
Her roots.
well, maybe not as much roots. Like we're trying to keep up with, well, tell
Being-
her, and being integrated with the Ukrainian community, but then without really knowing the relatives at some point, right? So all the cousins that we're growing up together, for
Yeah.
her it's more of a,
She's like a little bit isolated
yeah,
from that.
she is
Yeah.
isolated. So that's the different side of the immigration.
Yeah, I
And-
know. That's the one. And it doesn't take you like 1 8-hour travel, right? It's a plane ride
Yes.
away. Yeah.
Mhm.
In what's happening now, I know there are people from the other country that you're currently at war with. Do you see any tension with them from, you're here in Canada,
Yeah.
but you're citizens of the two countries that are
Yeah.
at odds right now.
Oh, we don't have like any tension with the local people or
Okay.
anyone local here. But I would like to add, at the beginning, we said that our kind of like thought about to go to Canada started in 2014. So the war started not 4 years ago, as we know. There was a full invasion. But in
Okay.
2014, the war was started, and there was Crimea occupied and
Yeah.
the east of Donbass. That's like east of Ukraine. So the war was at that time. Nowadays, it's hard to express emotions or fully explain, because every year of the war, you go through lots of thresholds. What I'm trying to say, you get used to war, but not you're still not in a calm every time, right?
Yeah.
So because every morning you wake up, or sometimes at night you look at the news, what's going on,
What's
because the
happening?
missiles
Yeah.
happen every time. And even that you can get used to this. But last year I met my parents in Europe, for example, and they have application about the warrants, like some from time to time
Oh, wow.
we have on our cell phones.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like shock for us when we have it once a year here.
Yeah.
But it happens every day, and you just try to understand how people can mentally exist with this. And this is not just a message, this is warn about the real danger.
And what's happening? I mean, I cannot imagine really how people are existing.
And everyone knows somebody who was killed, and everyone knows lots of people who on the war right now. So this is fully around to us.
Yeah. And immigration, on the immigration side, I know that not all Ukrainians who got here when the war started, a lot were given temporary work permits
Yes.
to settle here. But I know not everyone's able to move that forward to permanent residency. How do you feel about what the changes are in immigration as far as that's concerned? Because you can't go back, right? You can't go back right now.
I think people, Ukrainian, as all the rest people, foreigners, are in the same boat with the same fair circumstances and the rules. So it's not just like for you it's okay, for somebody it's not okay. So all these people are in the same boat as all
Yeah.
the rest.
Yeah, it's you're right. It's not just one particular group.
Exactly.
It's a whole group of immigrants
Right.
who want to stay but are now having difficulty to
But
stay.
between our friends, like everybody's trying to get to the permanent resident as much as they can, right? Because they all understand that's the only way and that's the only approach you can stay.
To stay.
Because you really cannot go right now, right?
Exactly.
Like until it ends. And maybe some people would go
I know.
back, right?
I've heard some people would love to go back.
Right, but as long as it's not it's not ending, like you should be staying here whatsoever. In 4 years, it's been already a big part of their life, right?
Yeah.
The kids would go to school.
I know, the children especially.
Yeah, you got career, you got home, you got this and that. So it's hard to give up on those
Yeah.
things. So
Would you do it over again, even with what's happening right now? Would you still move? Or most especially because of what's happening now, you would have moved?
It's hard to say, because you never know what's going on in the future. So we live as we know, but I can say that we have some lost in chances, or we regret about something. Like we still here in Moncton, we live here, so everything is okay.
Yeah.
I mean, with all these circumstances, I believe we have what we had to have, right?
Yeah.
but I think with the war, like it's probably would force us to go faster than because like you mentioned, that took us almost 5 years, right? And it's not only because we gather documents so long, but it also like, okay, we, like the trigger was 2014, but then we had a time to think, to investigate, like where do we want to go? Is it Canada, or is it this and that? So it took us the time to decide, and
In hindsight, you would have done it earlier.
Right.
Yeah. So
But then with the war, that would probably just,
Yeah.
force us to
we
go.
actually received that like permanent resident being in Ukraine, but we are not in a rush. We actually took us a year just to complete all the stuff we had. So
You took your time.
yeah, we were super not in rush.
Yeah. Oh wow. Thank you for being here with me. I really hope what's happening gets to an end, and freedom for Ukraine really happens.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
thank you for
But
having us.
I really appreciate it. With that, everyone, thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you at the next The Moving Truth with Pam. Bye for now.